Hello and welcome to Sean White's Solar and Energy Storage Podcast. I'm here with Greg Smith, and we are at the Power Up Live stage. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're at the Power Up Live. This is the Power Up Live stage, and we want to thank Wartzilla, Suncast Media, Nico Johnson for being so cool and letting us be up here on his stage.
It's quite an honor.
Yeah, it's quite an honor, and I'm here with my guest Greg Smith, and the title of our presentation is RE Positive, keeping a positive attitude at RE Plus. And one of the things I want to say about keeping it positive, is it's such a great place to be in this solar industry because everything's so positive, and I want to keep it really fun. And the other thing that's really cool about this is people are so polite. You couldn't even imagine anyone rushing the stage at RE Plus at a podcast, because if something like that happened, hey, what's happening here? Get off of my stage. Okay, we got some surprise guests up here. We've got Blair Reynolds from Bela Solar, and we've got Emmitt Muckles, and Emmitt has his own podcast. Maybe you could explain about your podcast.
So it's the What's Up Solar Podcast. What's up?
What's up? What's up?
You know what? I really, it's like people like you inspire me, Nico, and Greg is always giving me them big dog talks. But we've developed a community, and it is upon us to share those relationships with the generations that are coming back and just people who are getting into the industry.
Well, I think this industry just attracts good people anyway, for the most part.
I got a question. Am I Stephen A. Smith up here?
You can be whoever you want, because we go through our whole lives in character. What's your character, Blair?
I think I'm just here to class the place up a little bit. I'll be honest with you.
You could be Shaq.
Okay, Jesus. I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty nervous to be up here surrounded by all these master trainers. You guys are going to pull some Caesar Milan, Jedi mind tricks on me. I'll be sit, right. Stay, roll over.
All right, great. And then another thing that I was thinking of, just because of the title of our show, it's like RE Positive. And what I want to do is I want to make solar simpler, and I think we should get rid of negative and polarity and all that kind of stuff. So what if we just made solar modules that only had positive terminals? What do you technical guys think?
No, you're forgetting something. Remember, we have the sun, but we also have ground. So they're going to be ungrounded, and it's going to cause a problem.
These guys, some of them have enough trouble as it is with the positive and negative, so I think we would really confuse them with two of the same.
Yeah, well, we just then we wouldn't have to do the loop back. We would just sort of like the AC cables and stuff like that. It just goes to one way, a dead end, and all the electrons come from the sun to why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why doesn't that work?
Yeah, not in this universe, man.
Yeah,
maybe in a parallel one.
How do you have a NABCEP shirt on and I don't?
I got it from their website.
Oh,
yeah. Do you want my shirt?
No. I have one.
You want to see what I look like with my shirt on?
I have one.
Emmitt?
It's a medium, so I couldn't wear it anyway. It would have been a little bit too tight, know.
Yeah, and all the people that get turned on by that wouldn't be able to handle themselves.
It just shows my dad bod. I've been working on that for quite a few years.
Dad bods are in now.
I'm getting there. I'm trying to get you to get one, and hey, I'll be selling them at 50% off. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I would say,
we keep it positive, guys.
So,
we digress. That's the whole idea. I mean, that's why I had you two guys come up here to crash Greg's podcast. Should we ask Greg something?
He's crashed enough stuff of mine, so that's just fair par for the game.
So I was going to say, RE Positive, keeping it positive. It's for people that have been in this an appreciable amount of time, like us.
Yeah,
these events usually just end up being a family reunion. Right? I mean, Emmitt, you and I go way back. Blair, you and I don't even remember how far back we go. And you tend to, it's the after party stuff, the after event parties that I enjoy, because that's when the real business starts, right? You start kind of loosening up after a few drinks, and I think that's when the stuff really starts happening. I know. And you could tell I've been partying for the last 3 days because I almost lost my voice. But I think that's the part I enjoy about the show. The next mornings are not so great, but, if you're tired, you do it tired.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, man, but I was not looking forward to getting on a plane and coming to Vegas and doing like another one of these. I thought it was going to be a pretty sobering event with all things going on in the world right now. But to be honest, man, I am pleasantly surprised. Really good vibes.
Well, I remember when it wasn't so large, and now you can see the confluence of how it's grown. So you think about years ago, it was modules and inverters and racking. Now we have solar generators, we have battery, we have commercial battery. It's just grown, and now we can expand our families out because there's more information that we can gain and share with the public.
Well, that's why we had to change the name, right, from SPI to RE Plus, because we just had such a big conglomerate of people other than those three, main things that the industry started with. And so, we just grab everybody, right? That's why I like these events, because you get to see what's going on, the new stuff, the improved stuff, things like that.
What's the thing that you've seen that made you go,
You asking me?
I'm asking all of you. I mean, there's had to be something that you go, things that make you go.
I think the attitude that's happening here, because everybody does seem pretty RE positive around here. Like you see all these people crying because of politics, but the sun is a lot stronger than politics, and it's going to come through. And our technology is superior, and it's going to work, and we're going to power the whole world with solar and storage.
And it never sends you a bill, the sun, that thing.
Yeah, look, for me, from my perspective, a couple of things. Like, all right, fine. We all know now, we have clarity. We know what's going to happen over the next coming years. Fine. It's time to put on the big boy pants, get to work, drive costs down. We got to get resi solar under $2 a watt, you guys. And so I've seen a couple of things out there on the show I'm really jazzed about. I'm passionate about 3741 and standards like this. So I've seen a couple of string level shutdown devices out there at booths, which is great. It gives us more options for rapid shutdown compliance, lowers cost, higher reliability. It's great to see these things coming to fruition. Also, grid forming. Synchronous grid forming controls.
Oh yeah, we're going to do a podcast on that.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
it's just a software upgrade, right, to push out to these assets that are already out there in the field, and so it's just only strengthening the grid, making it more resilient, and solving some of the problems that's been created by just this deploy environment that we've been in for the last 2 decades, and let's just go ahead and just make everything better.
Blair, I got a question for you. What do you think about VPP coming into the fold for that? Because it's big in Europe and it's just starting to hit the fold here. And for those of you who don't know what VPP is, that's virtual power plants. That's where your neighborhood is its own entity and can help the grid, where the grid kind of becomes just a backup.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. The technology obviously works. It's sound technology. You just need an incentive to share my battery with you. So give me the incentive, pay me, and fine. You can take my juice. I don't care.
Your juice?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Didn't Lizzo make a song called Juice?
So what about you, Greg? What's super positive going on with solar and storage and fishing? And how can you tie all that together without a pole in your hand?
I really tried. I really tried. But I think I would have liked to have gotten out more this trip. It just seems like I went from my booth to the bathroom and back, and I haven't even really got to see what's going on. Although people have come in and, hey, did you see this? Did you see that? So, stuff is getting better, but it seems like things are just kind of stagnant for me, right? It's like everybody's batteries and they're changing form factor, and I don't know. I think the lithium is kind of king right now. It'll be interesting to see, in the next 5 years or so, when other technologies come out, how well that's going to play in, right? But it's so cost focused. It's so dollar per kilowatt hour. That drives me freaking crazy to hear that. And it always has. When they come into your booth, you're like, oh, what's your dollar per kilowatt hour? I'm like, you don't even want to know what it does. You just want to know that. And so, I don't know. That's a mindset.
But I think that's where the innovation is right now. I mean, you say it's stagnant, but what I see happening is all this work behind the scenes in the supply chain to make the batteries super affordable. And that's awesome. It's great.
It's the same functionality to me.
I think it's going to come down to a FinTech. for us to move forward, it's going to come down to a FinTech. And what I mean by that is the financial instruments or the financial institutions are going to have to come up with an instrument that makes it affordable for the public where everybody can still make money. Because you have to think about it. We're not buying it like we're buying a piece of toothpaste. We're buying this over years. And if we get the right financial instrument where everybody can afford it and feel comfortable with it, I think we'll thrive.
So tell me about this piece of toothpaste.
It's a tube.
What is that?
What?
I mean, like when you buy a piece of toothpaste, it's a single transactional thing, and it's microseconds in your life cycle, right? But when you're buying something that's sustainable for your house, you're buying it like an instrument, like you're buying a house, like you're buying a car. It's over a span of years. If we can get the FinTech along with that gives us the time, gives the people the money they want to make in profit margin, but also makes it comfortable for the end customer, then what that's going to do is make this thrive. Because I think, this is just me, I think that's why we're going through this, is because we got to get the financial, the spiritual, and the actual all to align.
So if you don't buy toothpaste, it can actually be financially good for you, because then you don't have to worry about teeth and going to the dentist.
No,
anymore.
use baking soda instead.
Hey, man, you brush your teeth once a week, whether you need it or not.
Yeah, good. Arkansas here.
Yeah, I was about to say Arkansas.
Yeah. So Greg, tell us about, I think you have a new book that you're working on.
We interrupt you for a very important announcement. Sean White's Solar and Energy Storage Podcast has been brought to you by Sean White's Solar and Energy Storage Podcast. That's right, Sean White is sponsoring his own podcast, and he wants to remind you to go check out some of his classes. You can go to SolarSEAN, that's Solar, SEAN.com, and then click on the links to check out his classes. You can check out his heat spring classes, and you can also hire him to teach classes for you, like at your company, something like that. Now back to the show.
Yeah, it's been slow because I'm still trying to promote the first one that I wrote. And
Greg Smith, by the way, is a best-selling author.
Yeah,
The Battery Powered Home.
Self-proclaimed.
And I'm telling you, Amazon bestseller, that wasn't me. I beat out Uglies for like 3 weeks. So I'm happy. And I have, Blair wrote one of the best reviews for my book ever. And he sent me one of the best pictures. He was on a boat. He had his nasty, hobbit feet in the background holding my book. And I was like, that is awesome. I'm putting that on my website.
All right. Can I go in there and see those?
Yeah, it's on my
Do you want, Blair, can you show us your feet?
Oh, right.
I want to see what's going on.
here we go.
No.
I didn't know we were going to digress this much, but I'm loving it.
Is it a sequel? No. What are you writing about?
So, and I've been asked many times to do an off-grid book.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's like the first one I wrote, you just add a few more things to it and be all right. Eventually I want to get to all my sea stories and write those down before I get too old to remember them, or stretch them out to where they're nobody's going to ever believe that happened. So I don't know. We'll see.
Can Sean and I add our feet to your next book?
I know. I think I'll just do my right one.
Yeah, and I'm not a foot guy. I was just noticed that picture was really cool.
Okay.
That went somewhere I didn't.
Yeah. So Greg's book is The Battery Powered Home, and my most recent book is the PV Building and Fire Code book. And what's do you have a name for your next book?
No, that usually, just like my first one, the title came almost when I was done with the book.
Yep. And then the 2026 NEC is coming out too.
Oh,
and aren't you guys excited about that?
That's why we have you. That's why we have you.
And so I'm going to take the NEC with Bill Brooks, and we're going to make it super funny and exciing, like we usually do.
Is there anything spicy coming down in 690?
Oh, it's nasty. The way that the electrons go, and the we're going to have special alternate acronyms and things like that.
No.
It's just going to be it'll be X-rated.
Acronym soup, more acronym soup.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
That's all right.
Sounds riveting.
But that's how we talk anyway. That way we can talk and text each other easier about code because we have the acronyms and we don't have to spell everything out.
And speaking of acronyms, I just want to straighten people out. What an acronym is something that you can sound out. So in other countries, they call the NEC the neck. That's an acronym. NEC is not an acronym. So just so everybody knows, right?
All right, great.
That was a thing that makes you go,
I bet most people probably didn't know that. I have to straighten them out. Yeah. Got to keep it positive, though. And so other things that are positive, I know that like July 4th, Independence Day.
That's my birthday.
Is that your birthday?
Woo, get some haircuts. Number 44, that's me.
And we all got a present on your birthday that was, some kind of bill. And we're going to overcome that. And it's like, you can just tell by the energy. I don't know, is this the biggest RE Plus ever, I think, probably? It seems like it.
It's not. Actually, I was looking at the numbers. We had 40,000 attendees last year. And preliminary, we have only 35,000. I mean, only 35,000. But
well, I'm sure at least another 5,000 are coming today, Greg. No,
they should have been here already.
They just count that as the weekend crowd that's coming to Vegas anyway. We just throw the numbers in there and gives us where we need to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, only 35,000. I mean, that's still pretty good.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. It's a lot of solar nerds running around.
That's the town I live in. That's about how many people live there.
Really?
Yes.
I can't tell you the population of my town. I'm
6.
trying to keep it 6,969.
It's got to end in a 69, Greg, right?
Heber Springs. Look it up.
Okay.
So
does that include the raccoons?
Your question about the OBBB. Look,
thank you.
I was really actually pleasantly surprised how everything turned out. When you think about the policy that we've been having driving our industry forward in the country for the last decade or more, it's just been about deploy.
Yep.
And, just putting watts in the ground, slapping glass and, fine, so be it. It's definitely helped the world as a result, but it has not been any sort of focus on reasonable manufacturing policy and driving our industry forward. And that is one of the really positive outcomes from the bill, is that we now have a framework that is going to help America regain an even more dominant position when it comes to leadership in manufacturing and clean energy. So, say what you will, politically, one side or the other, but it's, I think, a fantastic outcome for our industry, and it's only going to make us all better.
Yeah,
it makes sense, too, because our grid is about 80 years old now. And if you live anywhere in America, usually summertime is, hey, fix stuff, roads and infrastructure. Now, this is a new way for us to bolster that infrastructure.
Yeah, I think the one outcome from all this, it's going to be tough, and I made a video on my dock. I was fishing. That was the one I caught one at the very end. That was totally random.
That was perfect.
Did not have a plant out there.
We'll put a link to that in the show notes.
Yeah. But I think that because of the way things are going to change in January, there's going to be different ways to have to get things in people's hands. So you're talking about financing earlier. But I think that one of the side effects of this bill is that it's going to start weeding out all of the solar bros, right? You and I talk about that a lot. And I think it's, we're going to have to pivot from the way that we've done it now. And the companies that are going to succeed are the ones that focus on quality installs, upfront financing, customer education, all that kind of stuff. I think those are the things that are really going to separate out the bad weeds that we have in the industry right now.
And that's what I was referring to about the FinTech. You got to get the financial part to where it's not killing people, it's not misleading people. People understand what they're getting on the roof and taken out of their pocket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we have the least expensive energy out there, we can do it without all that stuff, Mm-hmm. But you do think about the other incentives too, like for fossil fuels and stuff like that. There's a lot of them. It's nice to be able to use the atmosphere as a sink for all your pollution, and it's nice to be able to keep all those seaways open. Yep. So I guess Greg had part of that. He's a veteran, so
Oh, you were okay. I thought you were just talking in metaphors.
I mean, look, one thing to keep in perspective, you guys, is let's not forget that our competition is the retail price of electricity, right? And it is going up 20-30% over the coming decade. And so, look, as a result, it creates a whole lot more opportunity for our industry to continue, grow, and evolve. And so, say what you will about ITC or not, but here's my hot take. Don't sleep on balcony solar. I'm telling you, there's some 120 volt, 60 hertz micros out there now that are actually really nice, high quality. And when you imagine, an educated homeowner sees an electric bill go up that much over a 12-month, 24-month time period, like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you spend $2,000 on an Amazon kit and go ahead and just figure it out? And
I've done a 180 on that. I was like, balcony solar, like, I really do 2 modules. Like, well, you do a little math, and if you can get the homeowner to start restraining their consumption, dude, it started making sense.
Yeah, without saying any particular manufacturers, we have solar generators that are in the market that came really to fruition during 2020 when people were trying to get outside and wanted their amenities. But if you adapt those, like you were saying, to a balcony, now, if you pair it just right, it's a win-win.
Are you guys working for the balcony lobby?
Yes. It's just apartment dwelling 101.
It's a generic term. What I'm going to put in my house is a little float out that goes in the pool during the wintertime. And so, I'm not using it. Might as well. I'm going to put some photovoltaics out there, plug it into an outlet.
I never heard that.
Photovoltaic. That's
I think Greg could do a fishing trip with that. A little bit of voltage out there.
Yeah.
Stick in that positive terminal.
My dock only gets sun after like 1 o'clock. So
you got those hills, right?
Yeah,
right.
Hills and trees. And the occasional heron that likes to drop bombs on everything.
Big ones. Sounds like a nice life.
All right, so what's in the future of training in your book, Sean, besides code?
Code with a capital C is from the NEC. Code with a lowercase c is from the International Code Council. So which code are you talking about?
Which one are you more comfortable with?
I like them all. I mean, it gives me business. It's like the more complicated they make it. I was sitting in a NEC meeting, and they were going over like what people wanted in the next code, and I was thinking to myself, it's like, yeah, make it more complicated so I get more business. Make electricity more expensive so we all get more business. There's a lot of stuff that that'll benefit us, and I guess I kind of joke about a lot of this stuff, and but yeah, like I'm doing the NABCEP certification thing. Preparing people for NABCEP exams, that's like my main thing. And I think that you guys are all into the NABCEP thing. And we just talked to Sean O'Brien on the podcast and things like that. And so that's kind of my thing, is getting people NABCEP certified. And if you're not NABCEP certified, you dumb. No, okay. Get yourself NABCEP certified. I think I see a whole bunch of people who raise your hand if you're NABCEP certified. All right.
Oh, wow. Look at way in the back.
That was 35,000 people.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's great to be speaking at a place with 35,000 people, even though we've got a minute left here. So let's just go through. We got everybody. Just say your name and what you're in a quick sentence.
My name is Emmitt Muckles. I provide fractional training and a podcaster with the What's Up Solar Podcast.
What's up, Emmitt? And what's up, Blair?
I'm Blair Reynolds. I'm a product manager. I make solar in America.
My name is Greg Smith. I'm the training director for Tygo.
And my name is Sean White, and I'm with the Sean White Solar and Energy Storage Podcast. And I want to thank you for joining us here at the Power Up Live stage, presented by Wartzilla Energy Storage and produced by Suncast Media. So thanks so much for letting us come up here and degrade your stage and have a great time and a lot of fun at RE Plus, and let me do all these podcasts in the podcast booth. It's been a really great show, and I also want to thank Nico Johnson, who's like super busy because he can
always buddy,
talk.
Looking good.
I think he's got like 50 guests. Is that right, Nico? Like something like that. It's like more than you can count. It's next year. I'm sure he's going to get all 35,000 of you, though.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for having us, and peace out, man.